She's a CPA and the other one's an architect.
Okay.
Sit over here.
Wow.
I
Now I know how to conduct the meetings.
had enough fun using my power.
Here we go, sir. How are you?
Sorry about
So
that.
I'm just gonna start off with a bang, literally. Oh, let me lock the door.
I'm sorry.
All right, this is the meeting of the budget committee.
Morning, Thomas.
I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you for coming.
Can you tell me?
First thing,
Hold on a second.
okay. Do you want to say something before we started?
No, sir, I'm just looking to see if I can get online. Is there a, do we have a?
The meeting is on Zoom.
No, what, but can I, get, the password for your, do you have it in? Yes,
Here,
Are you referring to Wi-Fi?
Are you gonna?
yeah,
join
Wi-Fi,
via-
thank you.
But you wanna join via Zoom?
Hmm?
You're gonna join via Zoom?
No, I'm gonna do this, but I'd like to have it on Wi-Fi if I can. Is that possible?
But we're here for the meeting, like we're in person.
yeah, we'll put this on the website too.
Okay.
But
Anyways,
go ahead, there's the passwords and everything.
Here.
oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you need Wi-Fi for your laptop, right? For your
Yeah,
iPad.
yeah, do you have
Christine's
it?
gonna do the tech for you. Be right back.
That might be it.
She's a lot more tech savvy than I am.
Yeah, we don't,
I'm just curious. I'm just asking that question. I don't have to have that. I'm sorry. But, is this the networks that are available? I don't know.
Christine will take care of it. She'll be right back.
Hmm?
Christine will take care of it. She'll be right back.
Okay.
She does the tech stuff. Far better than I do.
since I'm chairing this committee, do I have permission to start?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, you do.
First thing I want to do is explain how I prepared these documents. And if you get to this one here, first thing I did was
Which page are we on?
I need a packet. Can I have a packet
This
from there? One, that one? Yeah.
Hmm?
Can I have a packet? That one?
Okay.
This one, right?
Let me get
no, the other one,
this one.
yes,
This one.
Yes.
no, the other one,
The one at the back.
that one right there. That one right there, I think.
Yeah, I just got, that was sitting here in front of me when I sat down.
No, that's not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
So- This is FY 25, and then this one with the comments on the side is the annualized.
Oh, okay.
The annualized is what we're looking at.
Okay,
Okay,
that's,
so-
this is right here.
I have
Okay,
one.
thank you.
You have both, yeah, they're stuck together though, yeah.
Is the annualized in larger print?
So I went ahead and
No.
I printed some extras in larger print, because I thought that might be an issue.
Mine doesn't have comments.
Then you're looking at it wrong.
I have two identical ones, I think.
Yeah, I had that one, this one already.
Yeah. I think. Sorry, sorry, we're ready. Sorry.
This one.
So,
Yes, we have the right one now. Thomas and
Everybody
I.
have the right one?
so this one
I think it is.
no ma'am, this one is actually this one, I just printed it larger.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
How does it feel, Mayor Harvey?
It's the same thing, just without comments.
Uh-huh, without what comment?
We'll be fine.
These comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
Bang the gavel, so they'll stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I can't do it today.
Yeah.
Say that again?
I can't do the hammer on Gail.
Tom, this is the,
He was gonna call him, we need to order and bang his gavel, Gail.
right here, let me do it right there, Wi-Fi and password.
Well, I-
Wi-Fi, okay.
Harvey.
I need everybody's attention, please.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna first explain how I prepared this document, these two documents. First, you have a column that says actuals through 6/30/24.
Mhm.
And this is the actual revenue and expenses from that, because I closed out through June 30th,
And when did it start?
October 1st.
Our fiscal year is
This is-
June to October?
No,
Okay,
this is 9 months worth.
okay.
So I annualized it by adding 3 months to most of these figures to come up with an annualized figures for the FY 24. You know, we're doing FY 25. And annualized, we show revenue 458,000, expenses 446,000. So it's almost break even, $11,000 more. Again, it shows the water repairs at Elliott Ranch as an expense, which will be moved to the balance sheet as a capital item. So then with these with the FY 24 figures, I prepared this preliminary budget. And we had actually I prepared it first on this annualized worksheet. And we have 2 entities. The city of Hayes government and the water utility. And they have to be separated. And the expenses have like salary and I mean, most of the expenses have to be allocated between the two. And most of the allocation is 1/3 city, 2/3 water utility. And some aren't like legal expenses.
Okay, where's the water stuff? I don't see it.
Proprietary fund, that's the water stuff. If you look at the top, there's general fund and proprietary fund,
I got it. Okay,
okay?
yeah.
And so, and I, you know, we started the year with, approximately $1.8 million, and that's kind of where we end the year. And so, you know, I don't know what the cash balances are gonna be at the end of the year. So when I prepared this sheet, which is a little more formal sheet, and there would be when the proposed budget is submitted to the city council, we have a cover page, and then we have this document. And the allocations. So this is really the document that we need to go over. But this is what I've done. And
May
if,
I ask another question?
thank you.
I have no idea what page you're talking about.
I'm going over to
That
the
one.
new sheet.
No, no, he's on
Okay.
this one. So he's talking about this is what we're doing for 2025.
And
That was
I've
what
used these
amended.
annualized figures to help
Annualized-
me come up with good figures for the
Annualized
FY 25 budget.
That makes
Here's
sense.
different.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
Here's
why I
different.
get all.
Over
this
here,
work
annualized.
here.
This one on right here.
Yeah.
It's 2 different documents. Yeah.
great.
So, and if you look at the second page, you'll see revenue in excess of expenditures. Well, expenditures are actually in excess of revenue for the city government, it's negative 34,000. For the water, it's negative 23,000. And so that's a total of 57,000. And
Clear.
Not seeing those numbers either. Mhm.
see it?
Mhm.
Okay, this.
On the second
this
page, of
document-
it said I have 3 of them.
No, this document here. Second
Okay.
page,
Second page, okay.
down near the bottom,
In excess right here?
yeah,
Oh,
So we're in excess, we're over budget by 52,000.
57,000.
7,000.
Right,
Mine says 52,925.
now here,
It's 50
which document are you,
Okay,
It's
so
this one, right? 57.
you're not looking at, that's not.
Mine
the
doesn't
final.
have that.
you have a copy of annualized without the, so it's this one.
That's-
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go,
This is-
57.
This is annualized without. the
Yeah, this
comments
is,
For better.
this is really my worksheet,
Okay.
Too, that you're walking
but
around
this
here.
is,
Or do you need help or do you
Yeah, I
have the
got
right
it.
one?
I got it.
Oh, good, okay.
Oh, I mean, it's page 2.
Yeah.
57,000.
and so we have a negative 57,000. And we have, then on the last page, you can see our committed expenses. That's drilling the new well. Generators, and that's gonna cost 423,000. And I
Goodness.
put in a contingency,
Right.
Hayes Common. Sorry, I didn't put an S on commons. And so,
Two things common.
so in this budget, it,
Oh, it's in the previous page, ma'am, at the bottom under contingency allocation, $50,000 on the bottom.
Okay,
so the estimated ending in cash and investment balance is $1.35 million, so that's
Significantly less than the 1.8 we're at now.
that's,
Now, do we stand a chance if the
There's this one.
interest rates are going to be reduced? In the economy, right now, we're making some money in interest rates. Do we have any way other than water sales to make up the losses for the losses? Like the $500,000? Would it take us years to get back on track or will we not? Because what if we have an emergency and we need to deplete another 300,000 or anything else, then we're down to $1 million. From 2 million down to 1. We have any way to make up the money?
not that I know of, okay,
Water sales, interest rate on our accounts?
taxes and
Mhm.
our source of revenue. Let's just look at this a little
Okay.
bit, our revenue.
Okay,
And this is the city revenue, came up with $87,000. It's city generally.
Mhm.
I allocated interest income between the city and the water fund, because. And base,
I want to follow where you're at.
okay, I'm on the front. page.
Okay,
Okay,
now we're on the front page, Thomas. Yeah, we're all trying to follow along.
so I allocated the
Revenue,
interest income and I put in this budget $80,000.
84,
What?
84,000?
No, 80,000. The last column is FY 24 budget. That's just for reference purposes. The next to the last column is. the total of the,
8743.
First two columns.
oh, I see.
8743,
What?
8743
Interest income between.
is the interest income, so we stand to make,
80,740.
so we stand to make.
So. I lowered it a little bit. But I frankly think it's probably needs to be lowered more. I was looking at. The business news station and some guy on there said. He thought there were gonna be like 7 or 8 rate cuts. During the next year, we could even have one this month, but for sure, there's gonna be one rate cut in September.
It could go down from 5 to maybe 3 or even 2 by the end of the year.
That's right. We don't know, I have no idea.
Right.
We can't predict how far it would go down. And, but, you know, this could be cut in half. Actually. Is there another pen?
Yes, sir.
So. I actually kind of think this is too high. So you can see property taxes, $22,000. It's important, but it's not that much. And sales tax, we actually get more sales tax than we get in property taxes.
Isn't that amazing?
Sales taxes
From where?
is important.
Where's the revenue coming from
I don't
specifically?
know. So as a government, we're only bringing in 87,000. And out of that, I show 121,000. 34, I have in legal 40,000. And you know, most of that is these comments.
Correct.
And example, when I was talking with Don on the phone, I said, Don, I think it's foolish for the city to continue to spend money to contest the mud. He said, I think you're right. So, you know, I just don't think we can afford to contest the mud. And obviously the T-Lab, that's a different deal. So that's my opinion. I have your $20,000 for street repairs. And really, that's to me, like, that's the important thing that the city government should be doing. One of the top priority is improving our streets that are a mess. If you go over to Elliott Ranch and drive on those streets, they're pristine.
Beautiful
They're
roadways.
beautiful.
They have the tax funds to do it,
Huh?
the tax money. They fund it with taxes.
What taxes?
How do they fund their roadways?
They have fees. They have an HOA,
That's
so it charges assessments.
right.
And so they may assess them, like everybody, $10,000. You know,
Wow.
and they got the money for that. We don't have that ability. We can't assess people that. And people here can't afford it. Not rich like they are over there in general. So, so we, you know, we could reduce the legal, you know, on the,
But the TLAP fight is how much, even if we were to speak to council about not pursuing the mud anymore, how much is the TLAP bill for the year? 2025,
you know,
what do we anticipate? That we speak to Joshua, we don't know, it's gonna be a long fight.
Josh wrote a wonderful letter, but he spent a long time on it.
He's pretty fair in his
Right.
billing though, he's pretty fair in his billing, we just saw
He
the last
has been.
invoice.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I thought we were gonna get a big bill this last time it was on 2,700.
Right, I think it's very reasonable.
And I got payroll, $60,000. I also have contract labor, $3,000. And
Okay.
I don't know, you know, that's just a figure I picked out of the air, because we do need to put contract labor in.
Correct.
And,
Candace had recommended a little more in contract labor so that we could have, if not perhaps a second secretary, then a contract for technology and for other updates that we need and not to the second position, which would be more of a cost savings.
well, I have IT, 12,000.
No, but not IT. Not IT, because IT is very expensive.
Right.
For example, if we're doing updates to the website and updates that, we do them internally and not through IT. IT is $70 to $100 an hour,
Well, it's more.
more than that. Yeah.
$50.
So if we do our own, at that rate, then it's better to do it internally than to have that company. Right,
And that's basically what we've done. We started it off with those good videos
right.
and we can take it from there.
So we may just want
And,
to increase that and
And
decrease
it's,
the other.
I must say, it's really nice. If somebody knows what they're doing,
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you.
can really be helpful. It's not like it's,
And you're not getting those calls every day, Gail.
it's like night and day. So,
So that's why Candace mentioned if we could add to contract labor and do that instead of hiring the second person, then that would also cover it that way and do the technology and the things internally instead of do that. So I may want to add more to that category.
well, how much do you propose we add? Well, I have 3,000 in it. Divided up.
Between two,
No, between city government and water business.
but
But the
for
total-
water, what do we do for water for contract labor?
Well,
Like our emergencies, when we had the emergencies, what did we do? Where did we pay that emergency out of a general fund, right?
well, anything that she might do with the accounting,
Mhm.
preparing this, I mean, it's intermingled, they're all intermingled, so
Okay.
she's working for the water fund
Okay,
and for,
so then it could go on both sides.
it has to go on both sides.
Okay. So like billable hours to each category then.
Yeah, filing and all that stuff it's both.
So the maximum is 6,000 in a year.
And one thing we could do
Mhm.
is cut back on Cynthia's hours.
I don't know.
I have no problem with that.
Thank you.
Jesus. Y'all are just too cute.
So
Um,
that's,
we could discuss that, or if we need to amend part of the way, then we can as well. Perhaps mid-year, if we have cost savings in one category, we can ask for budget amendment. So that we can keep contract labor.
I mean,
If we average like
if she,
500 or
if
750 a month or
if
something.
Christina remains contract labor
Mhm.
and takes on a lot of things.
Mhm.
I mean, I can reduce mine, which I'm happy to do. She can do it instead of me, like manage the website
Right,
and do stuff on QuickBooks. You have a little bit of familiar, oh yeah, you took a course on QuickBooks.
yes, certification. Need a bit of a refresher with you, or one refresher with
You
you.
know, I took, remember I took that course, it was the desktop version, and I found the online version to just be a lot easier. I feel like they really simplified the online version versus the desktop version. What I was
Well,
looking at was
I agree,
a lot more going on.
because that's for the
Do you
future.
do QuickBooks?
Right.
And they're putting.
You-
effort in.
I did some,
Right.
but I needed practice.
We
I did it
made
when I was in
move,
pediatrics, I did it all the time.
Well,
Our
Teresa
entire
does it
accounting
all the
system was on
time.
there.
Maybe a little.
She's
over-
part
So
of the
we're really
business.
good, right?
She runs her business.
On that online version would be very user friendly.
So I would suggest. What I would suggest is we. Payroll, which I have at 60,000, maybe we reduce it back to 50,
Is that all payroll combined?
yes.
Maybe 55? Because we're gonna have his mayoral duties and. And I did receive after we finish the meeting, we'll have a talk. I just received a communication from Joshua I'd like to talk to you about
Okay.
after we're done with the session.
Okay, and I would, so why don't we increase. Contract labor from 3,000 to 10,000? I mean, we're trying to get these as accurate as possible, but
Yes, sir.
then we,
We need to amend
under
them.
or over, we have the ability to do budget. And I would suggest we reduce legal from 45,000 maybe to least 35,000,
I agree.
30. Do 30.
If we can do 30, let's do 30.
Okay, is that okay with everybody?
Will that cover us for the TLAP pipe? 30,000?
That's what
We
most
expect.
of it will be going towards, yeah.
Well, he also does standard, like attending our meetings or providing guidance. If
Oh, yeah,
we
absolutely.
won't need as much guidance in the future, but.
Yes, we will.
But,
I will say
because I was
this,
calling with technical questions and legalities and things, but
I will say this, and this is kind of bothering me.
where, sir?
It's on the water revenue.
Mm-hmm.
I have 150,000. And that is,
It decreased after the tariffs.
yeah, that's a decrease.
It decreased quite a bit after we put the tariffs in place.
That's right. And
Probably down to
And you
120 or
remember-
100.
you remember that we got an email from the state saying there were these, you submitted water amounts of
Mhm.
this, like $2 million, and then
Right.
on another month, it was like 300,000.
Right.
And PGMS replies and says, well, we think it's because of the,
Drought.
The drought.
that doesn't make any sense. to
No.
me.
Not from 200 to 3.
The steep
So, yeah.
difference.
And so we need to look at that 300,000 and look at the individual bills that people are paying and compare that with, what, that just doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
And, so what would be good would be, those system total reports. We made a worksheet that had just on Ellis Ranch, how much water was used. And then if there's a big drop, especially looking at that month, I'm gonna go in there and look at that month, but it would be good to have, at least for the FY 24, for the 9 months, to have the water usage. That was billed for. In other words, they have water pumped and water billed for and the loss of water. But we want to know how much water was billed for.
That was my question. I sent an email, but I wasn't sure if you had seen it yet. That we reported like a 10.37% water loss on their account, and that's a significant loss. Where did we lose the water to? 10% loss.
Well, it
10%
gyrates a lot.
loss.
It's gyrating. You could put the loss percentage on there.
It was 10 point something percent, but where did the water go?
Price leakage, it's.
That we've repaired that well so many times and done so many updates.
Was that at Elliott Ranch?
Mhm.
Oh,
We lost 10% of water, and with
Oh,
10% water
well,
loss.
I think there was probably a lot of water drilled and used in the repair process that you could
10%.
have. I think there could be a lot of water. That's just my guess, not an engineer. And we could, if we had a chart that says the water loss, then we could look at,
Historical data.
is that normal? Was that, like, what was 10% lost, but the next month there's an overage? Sometimes there are overages.
How do we get an overage?
No, that does happen.
So how do we get an overage?
And so,
I thought 10% for their usage is a lot of loss, because they are abundant users.
Would we be looking at the last,
100,000, yeah,
Yes,
how
yes.
far back would you like this to go, like the last?
from October through June,
I would put October through June.
October to June. Yeah, so not that many months.
Okay.
And,
So sad. Somebody's figured out a way to use the water, I'm guessing.
Is that
Maybe,
possible?
maybe not, maybe not.
we have no idea,
Yeah,
but we
that'd be horrible.
do not, that's why we need a rate expert. We also don't you know, we depend on PGMS to be honest with us, and we don't ever do an audit of it.
How much will the audit cost? Would it be Montemayor auditing or someone else would audit?
They do some high level looking at revenue and seeing if any,
Mr. Montemayor,
yeah,
like an aerial view?
yeah, and seeing if it's in line, you know, with other.
Market standards.
Yeah. And so they've never raised a question, but again, that's not a very detailed one.
Okay.
So that's them, I mean, in prior years. Elliott Ranch water sales has been a lot more than $150,000. So I'm a little concerned about that. I think the sanitation we're doing pretty well, because we had the rate increase earlier this year. And I had them just increase the sanitation on the water bills. But I had it a little bit more than what they increased, so. Just. Another thing is the revenue from Barton Creek. That, we don't collect enough to pay the fees that we pay to the aquifer district. And so that's a question in my mind of, or can I just unilaterally tell PGMS to increase the amounts? Without notifying people. That's what I did on sanitation. We just.
Increase the rate
Yeah, we just.
and send out notice,
We didn't send out. We
I
just.
feel like it-
just to the hike.
Yeah, nobody
Really?
really noticed. You didn't notice it.
No. I mean,
I can compare all.
I feel like our water and sanitation rates are so low, honestly, and that's coming from.
I can't buy dinner for two for that much.
It's really.
For our water
Right,
supplies.
with
Yes,
the
and there
cost
was
of
a,
inflation right now, you can't.
Yeah.
Our water bill is very low.
yeah, and I went through a. Kind of an agonizing process to increase the rate.
No, can PGMS increase it without
And,
going through an audit and a hearing and everything else?
well, that's
Yeah,
That's what we did, that's what we did. And that's why I made it modest,
Right.
instead of, we notified people of the rate increase,
Of course.
but it was modest.
Well, can we do that again for the next fiscal year?
Yeah, just,
Okay.
we kind of have to be more aggressive.
And are we able to do that without going through all the processes of water audit and all those other things?
Well,
That's
as
very
Don has
expensive.
advised, he's advised that, you could do it, but they have the right to protest it,
Of course.
but
And what would the protest involve?
it would involve,
Hearing and,
hearings like tomorrow's here.
oh my,
And so I mean, for our size, that's prohibitively.
Counterproductive.
Counterproductive. And.
so what can we do without getting to that risk point?
Well, we can do what we did like last year.
Right.
Minimal, nominal fee.
Yeah, but maybe a little more aggressive.
And how much, what's the percentage on that? Is it a set fee or is it a percentage based on usage?
Well, what I did was, I didn't have a set percentage. I increased like the base rate.
Uh-huh.
And then I did some minor increases of water per 1,000 gallons.
Then the next level,
Yeah, and
that I did not.
then we had all this stuff about what the rates were gonna be in stage 3 and stage 4, and of course, all that's a non-issue right now. And that's where things kind of got muddy because of,
Literally.
Consumption, right?
yeah,
During the stage 3 drought, stage
yeah,
4 drought,
what's
what have
gonna
you.
be added to the other rates, or was this gonna replace them and all that kind of stuff, and
And how soon can we do this? At the beginning of the next fiscal year?
well, we did it last year, around November, December, something like that.
Oh, so we're coming up on it.
If the fiscal year starts October 1, can we do it October 1?
We can do it anytime city council directs.
So
staff
we
to
add it,
do it.
if we add it to our September agenda or August agenda, August. Then that would be enough time for us to get everything ready for
Yeah.
billing and what have you. We can add it to the August agenda. Okay. We'll do that, add it to the August agenda.
But you know, it's a little. I put a ton of work into
Mhm.
doing that, because you had to change the rate. Thing, which is about a 30.
Can we use the same document from last year as a template and just fill in the blank?
What we did,
We can do that
but
again.
there are a lot
and
of
That's still a
different
lot of
rates.
work.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and you know, you have to be careful with. Figures you put in there, correct, and
so one would think a CPA would be best at that.
that's what.
CPA would be best at
Yeah,
that,
well,
right?
we have one.
Yeah, we do have, so we could have a CPA. So we could have a treasurer CPA do that document again for us, right? And if we put it on the August agenda, we could take effect October 1. We'll have enough time if we put it on August agenda for the council to review and approve. And then do all the documents. The documents would have to be done by August for us to start it October 1.
Have a tentative goal of that,
Okay,
it can't be
set in stone.
hard and fast.
Okay, it cannot be
Now,
because we could have a protest.
no, because it's just a little work and a lot of, you have to talk to PGMS, you have to.
There's a lot of
You have to
collaborating
talk really to deep, you know, what them,
because their rates are gonna go up too.
yeah, they deserve to be,
Of course,
in the loop.
of course.
And then with Don, changing the rates.
Now, once we include Don and his rate schedule, are we going to offset any increases that we have? Then once we include Don and all of that other overhead, like, do we need Joshua and Don, then are those fees that we're gonna incur? Are they going to be an offset to any increases that we? pay?
Yeah,
Is it an
Yeah.
offset?
I mean, we're gonna raise it enough to pay those
Yeah,
fees
yeah.
And,
plus more.
okay, and don't say, we don't want all of our increase to go to that.
Yeah,
Okay,
plus those fees continue beyond
Correct.
their like in there. Forever. Or. So, you know, with that in mind, we could up. The water sales. You know, I would say we could do 175 for Elliott Ranch and 40 for City of Hayes. That's what I would suggest doing.
And tell us or me, what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're
Okay,
referring to.
in this budget, preliminary budget that I prepared, I had water sales for Elliott Ranch, 150,000. So I'm suggesting we increase it to 175,000.
okay.
And then I'm suggesting that,
Instead of the 150, we're gonna go 175.
and then the
Yeah,
water
yeah,
sales
yeah.
for City of Hayes. I'm suggesting we go from 33 to 40,000. Is that okay with Tom?
Yes,
Tomas,
And what was the increase to Elliott Ranch again?
175. And 40 for City of Hayes.
And I'm really suggesting,
Oh, that's another $40,000. Increase.
I'm
Oh,
really suggesting that the interest income. We go to
Decrease.
70,000. I
Okay,
just think, and that may be too high. But. But keep our fingers crossed.
Okay.
But I think,
in case interest rates decrease.
Yeah.
Well, and it's most likely they will.
otherwise. On expenses, I have, Don, $30,000. You know, we have. Right now, remember on the other worksheet, I had actual through September 30th.
Mhm.
And for Don, I had like $19,338. But that is. That's the last bill he gave us. And that was through September 30th, 2023.
Is it bill list for 2024?
And let me finish.
Okay,
And that bill was paid in October, the next month, so I had to accrue it.
Right.
And so since I keep the books on the straight cash in, cash out basis, it shows up an expense for FY 24, but when I close out the books for the year, that'll go back to an expense in FY 23. And he hasn't sent us a bill this year yet. So,
why? The whole year?
year,
He's been sick, right? Or his wife?
no, it's long.
Oh
So
my,
we
so we're gonna owe a lump sum. And does he keep
No,
records or is he gonna give us an estimated fee?
No, he keeps records.
Okay.
He's the one that recommended Perry. And I think they come in and help him do it, because
Perry,
when we get it, yeah, because when we get a bill.
which
from
we end up
him,
paying for either way.
When we get a bill from him, it's off of QuickBooks.
Okay,
And, you know, it's a detailed bill, and I think it's just. He's, I want to do all the work.
he's behind on his billing.
Yeah, he's always behind on his bill, but
Wow.
who knows how
And
big it-
should we ask for
Yeah, we should.
120 days maximum so that we can keep our books? No
Well-
later than 90 days out so that we can pay on the 120th day? At least quarterly
I
to
think
bill
we
us at
should
least quarterly.
encourage him to do
To do it.
it. For it.
Okay,
But
so we
need
can know
to
where we
encourage
stand
him.
with our bills.
Yeah. I mean, it's so long now, it's like. Well, you wanna wait till do it for a whole year?
No, because what if we can always cut back on services and delay. Not necessarily defer maintenance, but we can delay repairs or things like that to not incur any more water bills. For his company, if we know where we're at with the bill.
Yeah, we need to know
Absolutely.
what it's gonna be.
Right.
We have the budget 40,000. So,
And that's steep.
I don't know. I hope it's gonna be less than that.
Right.
Right.
So we've increased contract labor to 2,000. I have increased,
Contract labor?
yes.
Where are we?
We're-
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to increase it. Much more. Didn't we just say we're gonna increase contract labor
What do you want to increase?
on both sides? We said we were going to do 10 or 8. Oh, is this on both sides, 3 and 3, or on,
The total being 10,000.
okay. So where's the other part coming from?
What?
The other part, here's 3, where's the other 7?
No, oh, well, I'll put it in there.
Okay, so 10 max.
Yeah, I'll do another document with these changes and
Yes, sir.
send it out to everybody.
Okay,
And I did add more to continuing education,
mhm.
$3,000. That's,
I would like to take some training this year.
this is, something we should encourage everyone to do.
I agree.
I mean, it's, and I also increased the travel. It's down the bottom at the second page,
Thank you.
2,500. Be nice for somebody to go to the, the TML has an
Yes.
annual meeting.
I went to the very first one at my own expense at Padre for the new council members. I went at my own expense,
Wow.
stayed there, paid for everything on my own.
Wow.
I didn't want to ask the city. I had just come in and it was at
Is it
South
was
Padre.
Larry-
He didn't go.
No, I mean, was Larry the mayor then?
Yes. And I went on my own expense, yes,
But
because I wanted to learn and I did not want to incur
Yeah.
expenses at that
I went
point.
one time in San Antonio. I might have gone to Houston once.
At that time, the nearest one they had, I think the closest one they had was in South, the only one they had was at South Padre. So I drove and went to that one. It was an excellent training, excellent training.
Well, yeah, it's, it's kind of entertaining because they got all these booths and everything.
Right.
Eat a
They
lot.
did lots of door prizes and things too. They kept raffling things off every hour on the hour.
Yeah.
I think to keep people there, because it was at the island, they kept trying to say, come back in an hour and then come back in an hour, make sure you come back.
Yeah,
To get everyone to come back, they were joined, but these were very nice prizes. I didn't win any, but it was very nice prizes.
Actually, I believe if you take a class,
Mhm,
like at the TML headquarters, I
Right.
took one in Bastrop.
right,
It was like budget or something. Those are good because you meet people. You
Right.
sit then at the table with other people and you can interact. All that's very valuable.
Right.
So that's the kind of thing that we should encourage people to do. Would you like to go, Gail, with South Padre?
I would love that.
South
We should go.
Padre.
We should go.
Yeah, let's go.
We're gonna actually be in South.
Yes. In 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have a wedding.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're
We'll be there in 2
like
weeks.
Brownsville,
That's
hometown.
right. But we're gonna be at the island, just 22 miles away.
Yeah.
Christine and Sophia are in a wedding. My niece is getting married.
Oh, how nice.
Niece is getting
Yeah.
married. She's an RN. Yes, she's a registered nurse.
Oh, cool.
She just graduated and now she's getting married.
She just graduated.
Yes, 2 months ago.
What?
She's an RN. And she's already started her PA program. I have a niece that's in superintendent school. She's doing her doctorate in superintendent school. She just finished superintendent
The
school.
RN.
And the little one,
To what school?
Who's battling that?
the hospital sponsored her program. The hospital in Harlingen Valley Baptist
Oh, okay.
sponsored their own program, brought in their own team to educate the RNs. And they held a graduation at the hospital. They lowered him a little cold. Are you okay?
I'm okay, but I am a little cold.
I made it all the way down to 72 when I got here because it was hot.
Oh, that's no wonder. You keep your temperature on at home.
Okay,
Around 73.
let's go through the second page of the
Okay.
expenses.
Okay.
Fees, 21,000. I mean, unfortunately, that's pretty realistic.
What kind of fees?
That's Barton Creek, that's, the TCEQ, and they charge 6 of those.
Oh.
And
TCQ?
TML, there's a lot of fees we pay,
TML.
and that's a lot of money, but it's mainly Barton Creek. Barton Creek is probably the number one fee people.
And it's not BSEAD, it's Barton Creek is a separate entity or BSAD, the board?
No, Barton Creek, the district.
So it is
The board.
BSEAD, it is the board,
Right.
right here on, we had the meeting on 1626 at the fire station, okay. How much do we pay them?
Well, we pay them every quarter and it's like,
Quarterly?
yeah, like 3,000 something dollars.
Oh my,
It's-
okay.
They need a lot of money.
They're good to us at our last meeting.
How do we benefit?
Well,
Advocacy, they're very good to us at our last meeting where Milestone was requesting a permit for the wastewater.
they manage the district, our water, they manage it, so we have to be a.
They didn't allow it.
So it's
They
it's
denied
not
both
an
of their
option
requests.
thing At all.
It was a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Now, the financial audit. The budget at 14,000, that's what we paid.
For multi-year or for single year?
For a single, year, that's what we paid.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it was excessive. But I looked, inquired at some other places and they said that was in line.
Montevideo is very
But-
reasonable.
It. Well, I'll tell you, I thought they were a little distant. I thought before when I was the mayor, they would say, they'd call and,
Right.
one that start the process and give us a price and everything. Last year, we didn't hear anything from them.
Right.
We
Just request for
almost come and
documents.
beg them to do it.
Right,
Either
Right.
they have so much work or they're tired of us or something. I hadn't heard them. I hadn't heard them again either. I
maybe
thought,
after the multi-year,
yeah, but
audit,
a single
maybe.
year and I give them
How
everything.
much did we pay for the multi?
21,000,
That was a 3-year,
it's like 4 years.
Wow.
so 4 years for 21 and 1 year for 14?
So we could go out for an RFQ. And that would be another little research project for a contract labor if she wanted to take that on,
Find a new accountant,
which would be, it would be like calling other small cities like ours, who does your audit?
right,
Mountain City, Montemayor does their.
right,
Other ones, so you kind of find out who's doing audits around here. And then do an RFQ. We did one when I was the mayor. And so hopefully I could find that and that could be a template
okay.
for.
Do you feel that it's necessary, or should we keep the estimate of 14? And will it stay at 14? Do we know?
We don't know.
We don't know, it could be 15 or 16
Yeah,
more.
I think the 14 should be in line.
Okay.
I mean, now we're back on an annual audit. Got a clean opinion, it's.
Everything's
Pretty-
clean,
Pretty.
everything's
and it-
clean,
And it's like nothing changed, just government, water. And water,
right,
so, you gotta leave it.
No, no, no.
Okay,
no.
so
I
that,
saw you checking your watch, Thomas.
I was just looking over your show.
At the clock.
I thought it said 8 o'clock. I said, oh my
Oh,
God.
no, sir, it's
No, I'm
gonna be
kidding.
7.
so the IT is 12,000, that's. Took it down just 1,000.
Is that preparing? It's pretty steep.
We could do 10,000.
Could we do 10? Because when it was, we're going up from 4 to 8 to 12, is that correct?
No, it's split between
Oh, city and, that's right, both
It's the
entities.
third column that
the total.
is the total.
Can we go down to 10, or would we exceed it? And if we exceeded, can we amend to add more too?
Right.
Can we go down to 10?
Sure.
Do we need that much oversight from IT now?
I think we need to feel comfortable calling them when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do Gail's,
Oh, her email?
her email.
Okay, I sent you the new email address, but we can't access it yet. So then we'll
Yeah,
call
I
Perry.
mean, I gotta call Perry,
Okay,
because I gotta get it on her computer.
course.
I don't know how to do that.
okay.
You know how to do that?
What needs to be done, so she already.
She has a new
has-
email address and she needs to have a login. Let's set up her login information.
How to get it on?
There's a new email address and wants to go on the City of Hayes
Mhm.
server with her new email address and be able to activate her own account.
Okay, I'll look into it before. Because if the email address already exists.
It already exists.
No.
And she has, I've been emailing you, so she has,
The thing.
well, because you don't have access to it yet,
Yeah.
but we'll have it, we'll test the email. And if not, then we can set an appointment for Perry, sir? With Philip, okay? But do you think
But
12,
if Christina can
do it, Christine?
help us.
Then it would
You don't
save
wanna
us
use
money.
You don't wanna use my email address.
No, ma'am, because then you're subject to open records. Your personal, your,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, we don't want you to be subject to open records.
Liability insurance, that's. Right, street repairs, we have $20,000,
The $20,000, may I ask,
yes.
did we have, thank you, sir. Did we have 20,000 for 24 and do we have 20,000 for 25? Did we not incur any expenses for 24? Are we having a carry forward of funds? That we can then have 40,000 to repair Live Oak and Redbud? At least repair, if not resurface? Did we have any funds in 24?
We,
Because we did an assessment of Live Oak, we took the drive, got off, walked it, took the photographs. There's literally a plant growing in the middle of the road.
Huh.
It's split and there's grass coming out of the center of the road and the sides for passersby if they're gonna walk or they're on their bicycle or a motorcycle, what have you. The road's in real bad shape, so they could have an accident if they're on their bicycle, if it's a child or someone our age that's walking, they can have a trip and fall. So it's just, if we could just patch it versus resurface it, which Mayor Harvey says that road cost $100,000 to
Right.
repair.
Oh, that was like a couple years
100,000,
ago.
that's a
whatever
lot
that
of
was.
money. So
Okay,
just.
That
to
was over.
res- That was a
over-
lot of
That was
money.
over.
Mhm.
priced. I'm sorry.
Even
Yeah,
for
we-
that time in the economy, it was too much.
Yeah,
yeah, I looked up that 100,000 and it was really like 106,000, but 100,000 was wired to a company called
We wired the
Asphalt
fence.
Contractor. And I looked
Contractor,
them up and they're big,
legit.
they're
So-
legit, yeah.
So it wasn't going to
They do
Cayman or
work
anything.
for
Okay,
You know, they advertise that, oh, we do work for the city of Boston and
okay.
da-de-da-de-da. And I remember seeing their truck and I've seen those trucks around, so.
But for that, we could do an RFQ, but do we have funds, carry forward funds from 24 that's gonna carry forward to 25? Or we could expend 24 and 25? Or is it a use it or lose it opportunity? Or can we carry the funds forward? Did you have funds earmarked for 24?
Now,
We didn't have any
well,
funds.
let's talk about this.
Yes, sir.
Yes. No, you
I'm
look,
so glad you did that.
Thank you.
yeah, that is a good idea.
Thank you.
You look at,
We're all straining our eyes to try to see.
you look at each year
Mhm.
on its own.
It's a standalone. Mhm.
So just because you didn't spend the money in the other year, doesn't mean you.
We cannot carry it forward, right?
You look at it on its own. We have $20,000 and that's for repairs.
For 24? I'm sorry, sir, for 24?
For 25 in this budget, that's what I thought. Yes, we also had 26,000. No, we had 20,000.
Can we still expend it?
No, we had 26,500.
Can we still expend the 26,000 if we do it before the end of the fiscal year?
It's in the budget,
Can we do that?
the city council could.
We can put it on an agenda item for August?
Yes,
city
but you
council.
need to have
Posted, the competitive bid process, of course, everything.
yeah.
But if we could still do it and
But
not lose
this
the
is-
allocation,
Also want to say, on the street repairs, this is repairs,
correct,
not resurfacing.
correct. Resurface is 100, repairs is 25.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I don't know who,
we could find a contractor to do repairs, at least repairs. Better to have a Band-Aid than nothing,
so
Agreed.
if,
right?
well, you know, we've had we did a whole bunch of Band-Aids on that place where we spent $100,000.
That road,
Yeah.
100,000 for Band-Aids.
Before.
Oh,
Before, we
okay,
had Band-Aid,
okay,
spent a lot of Band-Aid money,
oh, okay,
And
and
then
it didn't,
take.
it was like crummy.
Oh, that's not good. Well, if the soil is tested and what have you, then we could find the right company with integrity and do
I've
it.
always felt on the streets. Our goal should be to do it
permanently.
right, to have
Right.
really nice. Using our friends at Elliott Ranch, we want streets just like their streets.
Well, our residents don't want to pay $10,000 each
Yeah,
to have those streets.
right.
Do you want to pay $10,000? Do you want to pay $10,000? No. So then our only other option,
I'll go get some cold patch.
let's go, right?
From
We'll
Home
go with some
Depot, and
shovels
I'll
and
go
do it
around.
ourselves.
So I would suggest we leave the 20,000 in there. And you can pursue any money for repairs before this year ends.
Okay, we'll put it on the
Send the
August
budget.
agenda.
And, you know, we can cross our fingers that we can find a contractor that's
Not quickly.
not a shyster.
That's right. So is it for this year?
Road work is,
Yes, sir. For this,
oh, also I can say Mountain City,
uh-huh,
they're gonna redo their work, their roads. They have an agreement with Hayes County. They, Mountain City paid for the supplies and everything. And the Hayes County will supply, will do the work.
right, they have shared expense in an interlocal agreement.
And we have such an interlocal agreement with Hayes County.
Really?
Yes, we do. And, but like Mountain City has to wait
2 or 3
another
years.
year.
Right.
And Hayes County road people.
They do the planning 3 years in advance.
Yeah, Hayes County road people are not the greatest stuff.
Okay. Well,
Seeing a nice.
Like,
so perhaps we
like
can,
Garden Loop. They've come
Okay.
and worked on that and
Mhm.
it's still.
it's still a mess, yes, yes. Okay, so maybe we could, if it's possible, maybe we could bring it to council in August and we could try to find contractor, like Harvey says, an honest contractor to do some patches at the very least. We'll have them bid so that they don't know we only have
But
$25,000.
There's not a whole lot of patching that'd be done at this time, is there? I mean, overall, I know at the top hill.
Live oak? In
Yeah,
the middle of the street, has
Yeah.
a plant growing out of it.
okay, but that's the one little area there.
No, no, no. Want to see the pictures? Oh, I didn't bring my
No,
phone.
no.
We did a walking audit of the
just-
whole
I'm
road
just
and it's
discussing.
very bad. Yeah.
Okay,
We did a walking audit on Saturday,
oh, okay.
Tony and I, we,
On Live Oak or-
on Live Oak, right
I
now, just on
want the
Live Oak.
road that I go down. Yeah, no,
Because Candace, he wants his road done. Candace report asked us, she said, you know, this road is getting so bad. We walk it all the time and I've had people
Really?
complain that it's a risk now.
When's the last time how many years ago did we get this thing all done at one time? How many years ago
Well,
was that?
was when Jolene Brown was the mayor.
Okay,
That's a long time ago.
And
Yeah.
it
So when
seemed
we
like
bought City Hall
spent-
from them,
Huh?
is that when we bought City Hall from them?
No,
Okay,
she was alive then.
okay,
This is her home. But
Wow.
she let us have meetings at her home.
nice.
We had meetings. And so she, you know, the guy that lives on. I think it was that guy that lives on Live Oak at the end, has the big house.
the two-story
And
house.
you live next door, to his brother.
Oh, the Johnsons.
Yeah, I think he did the work. And
Is
I
it
think we
commercial?
spent 90,000 and he did all the roads.
Mhm.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
For
And
90,000?
what year was that?
Oh, it's probably like 20 years ago.
20, okay.
Would you estimate
How-
20 years ago?
This bit, what I was saying.
I know he
it's
did
nice
work
to-
on
This
Cabela's,
lasted a long
so maybe
time,
15 years ago.
you know?
Yeah.
I do believe he did
it'll
work on
cost Probably double
Cabela's
that
itself.
now.
I think he did work on the
At
Cabela's.
least, but,
So he.
but I like
he
the
did it.
patching part.
Okay, so he did the entire city for 90,000, 15 years ago.
I believe so.
But then we did one road for
Yeah,
100,000
no, that's what I'm saying.
3
It's-
years ago.
That's what's,
And it kind of looked nice at first, but it's kind of
Oh.
going downhill now.
down at the corner, at the highway there.
It's not. Still much.
All the commercial
Better
trucks
than-
that are
oh,
coming
yeah.
in, the Amazon, the post office, all the commercial equipment is damaging the roadways.
Oh, there you go. I know.
Yeah.
How many Amazons do we get today? At least 20, 25? Huh?
I mean,
I'm gonna hide all my boxes.
You're gonna hide your.
yeah, I was gonna say I do my share.
I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that we get a lot of
Oh, well,
Trucks.
you know, when
On
you're,
We need to
Sundays and
coordinate our
Saturdays and
purchases.
Sundays.
you're housebound.
That's right, we order it.
Well, I know, no, I totally understand. We use it too.
Continue, let's
We're,
Yes, sir.
we're all guilty, you know.
Keep on subject.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna gavel you, Thomas. Legal, where are we,
So,
maintenance, okay, maintenance,
Uh.
building and grounds.
Legal, we're reducing that to 30,000
Mhm.
and, the water department repair, 30,000, I mean, we need that money in there.
Okay,
Uh. 'Cause
did we skip
That-
buildings and grounds, sir? Maintenance,
No.
buildings and grounds, I think we skipped that topic.
no, I think we thought that was fine, so we moved on. Plus you don't think.
What do we do with these funds?
Building, it's mainly.
Lawn service,
lawns,
okay.
Yeah, and like the roof repair that you wanna do and the 1,250 for the other stuff and that.
ADA,
Scorpions and
Yeah.
all that.
pest control, all that goes into that?
Yeah.
Okay. So pest control, lawn service and building repairs.
That's the grounds, buildings and grounds, okay.
And office equipment, 7,500. Okay.
That's a lot. Are we going to need a
Well, I have,
computer or a printer? Why is it so high?
because we just like to stuff a lot of money in there. It, I have,
I like this guy.
Right.
Yeah,
A for honesty right there.
I
Just
have
because.
annualized for office $5,700.
Okay,
And we could reduce it to
but
1,000.
we can always keep it and amend and switch
Yeah.
categories if we have to.
Yeah, so payroll reduced to 5,500, I'll reduce payroll taxes. 10% of that,
5,500 for payroll, 55,000?
55,000, sorry.
Okay.
Retirement, we only pay like a
2,000.
very small amount to the retirement, but we used to pay more.
There's only three.
Telephone,
Social service.
only thing that I can make some comments about is PGMS, $90,000 and, costing a lot of money.
PGMS, where is that?
Water systems operation down at the bottom.
They're really
Oh.
expensive.
A full-time employee would not cost that much.
No, but you'd have to have a.
Water license operator, right?
Oh, you have to
But they
be,
would not cost that much.
you have to be trained.
A licensed water operator would cost how much?
Well, if you had a licensed water person,
Mhm.
you have a full-time employee,
Mhm.
their salary might be
More than that,
60 instead of 90, but you have retirement. you
right,
have
fringe,
payroll taxes,
fringe.
you have continuing education, so.
It adds up.
It's an offset,
up.
right?
It adds up. And you got.
Have we tried to negotiate the contract with them?
No, because it hadn't run out yet. It's,
When is it gonna re-up? Because they're gonna want to increase and we're gonna want to decrease.
yeah, I don't know, we'll. They're pretty fair on the contracts.
So could we get a cost
Uh,
savings versus a cost increase?
I doubt it.
Such a small 93 homes. 93 homes at $90,000
No, this is.
operating the
us
whole
And
system.
Elliott Range,
Okay, so
Yes,
300 homes
yeah.
then.
How many homes in the city of Hayes?
93,
How many homes over there?
I believe 200.
100, yeah.
200. So 293 homes divided by $90,000
Yeah.
is what it's costing per home.
Expecting,
See, we used to have
increasing.
part-time employee.
Right,
He and his wife did the billing,
right.
Oh, the guy with the van down
repaired the
there.
water lines.
Are you talking about Wayne?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll keep it at
We
that.
won't keep it at
Let's keep it
that.
at that. We're on tape.
And
It didn't work out,
it didn't work out.
did it?
It did work out.
Okay, in the long,
That's when the city. That's when Elliott Ranch started
okay.
and people were like,
I thought there was an issue where
they were
someone,
no holds bar on using water and they got big water bills and we had we had low cost in Cindy, because he did both.
Right.
And so the city was able to save a lot of money.
What was Wayne's last name? I can't remember.
Or
Wasn't there a time when that person couldn't drive around the city or something? Wasn't allowed to, one of our,
Well, there was.
that person,
Yeah.
that person you're talking about?
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to
he
because
it
had
scanned.
restrictions.
Well, there
Used
was
to
a,
be county commissioner.
yeah,
Used
yeah.
to Be a county commission.
And so then he was no longer allowed to
Well, he was.
serve in that capacity
was-
legally,
A few,
there were some
a few of our
restrictions.
folks did not want him stepping on their property.
right?
I think
And
he
we were
had,
one of them.
been talking with a young,
We quit gossiping and
So it didn't work out for us in the long term.
Right.
We could have continued, but it didn't work out.
well, we continued until they decided they wanted to do
leave.
that.
Okay, nice.
They would have. I mean, he did excellent work for the city. I don't have, I'm grateful. Pat was wonderful.
He got some road work done too.
You did road work too?
Well,
Yeah.
he worked he worked for the
did
county.
dig up, water leaks and all that stuff
Wow.
and
So he knew his job well.
yeah, he knew what he was doing. And when we took over, when they did Elliott Ranch and they built the water system, he went over and inspected, made it do a lot of changes.
Everything.
So that when we accepted it, it was not.
David did oversight of the
Yeah,
contract,
he
which
did.
is what it's
real
supposed to
good
do.
oversight.
Right, that's what we're supposed to
Well,
do.
did he die? I can't remember.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is Pat still living?
Yeah.
yeah, she moved.
Yeah.
Not here.
She lives in like Brennan or
Okay,
something like that. I had a nice conversation with her.
okay. So
So,
office expenses, equipment, payroll taxes, where are we, retirement funds,
so.
social services.
PECQ meeting
Yeah.
tomorrow at 7.
We're already on water
Let's
systems.
go over one thing.
Okay,
I have a contingency,
allocation.
Hayes Common. I suggest we just eliminate that.
Why is the contingency going to be eliminated? What was it originally for?
Well, that's legal.
For
It's
legal.
the same thing. I mean, what else do we do with Hayes Common?
But we've cut the legal budget down to 30. Can we keep some contingency? 10 or 20, just in case? Instead of
I think we
50?
should. I think we should eliminate the 50. And if you want to increase the legal
Legal part.
To 40?
to 40, that's
Okay.
okay. Then on our capital expenditures.
Right.
Which is the.
On the
last-
wells and what have you,
Yeah.
okay?
I don't know of any other capital expenditures. We wish we could have the capital expenditure, so
It's no longer.
repairing, resurfacing all the roads
Right.
for $1 million.
$1 million. We wouldn't have any money left. We'd have great roads, but a bankrupt city at some point.
Yeah.
We can't do that. Now, is there a
Now,
grant
I
option?
read, they had an article in the paper about a for-profit water company over in Hornsby Bay,
Mhm.
What's your bay?
and they were skyrocketing the rates and all the homeowners were pissed. And they'd already raised their rates and it was way out of line. with
Mhm.
others. And with, compared to the nonprofits, it was, they were just really doing them a disservice, so they were taking it up to the state.
The board.
Yeah, the board. Well, that's what we want. To avoid, but these companies that have full profit and they have a lot of raw water systems. And they can do the rates as one unit, so in other words, they might have a water system that's in real good shape and one that's in real bad shape. but they charge all the customers to get the bad shape one into good shape. And so the people in the good shape one are mad because they're really paying for it, so. Anyways,
Anyways.
so it's kind of you read the Austin American Statesman. That is kind of a good article.
Yeah.
Like if I see it again, I might send it to y'all.
I would like to see it.
Well,
Is the meeting,
Just,
is
just,
the meeting officially over?
If you all are okay.
Or do you have any questions, comments?
No, I think we're good.
Dr. Hydgens, do you have any questions?
No,
None about the budget?
So you all are in agreement with the changes I made?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna
where's your
do
hand?
it and I'll put
He has the
in,
gavel right there.
Okay.
excuse me, I'll put it on the
Okay,
cover page and I'll send it out to everybody.
okay.
Okay,
Now,
so I move that we end the meeting.
All right.
one question, sir. Sorry, one question.
Yeah.
This is going to be on the August agenda? To accept the
Uh,
budget, or what are the other steps?
no.
Meaning,
No, we,
when do we present it to council?
it'll be on the August agenda.
So yes, the August agenda.
Absolutely.
And what's after that?
I have to.
I know there's a multi-step process for it to be approved, right? And posting and
Well, actually,
residents have the option to
actually,
protest.
the next thing that happens is the tax assessor collector
Mhm.
will prepare and send to us a sheet that shows how much we're gonna collect in property taxes.
Mhm.
And, it's like a 3-page sheet that, a lot of wonderful information about the assessed property that was taxed and the tax rate, all that, they call them different things now. But the different rates that we can charge and what was charged in the prior year, so it's an important document. And we have to really wait for that document to continue the process of approving for a tax rate and finishing the budget.
When will that document come in?
Usually comes in the last of July, 1st of August.
Last year we did a rollback, correct?
Uh,
So the year before, last year we did a rollback.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I don't think it's called the rollback anymore, but I forgot what it's called.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any?
So obviously, we need to increase the tax rate. Larry was one.
I just got,
Yes,
I just,
Are we finished?
yeah,
let's go off camera.
you just got what?
oh, I just got
How do I end it?
I just got a meeting for tomorrow, TCEQ at 7:00.
Yes, very important.
Yeah.
We're going to the meeting tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
I
We're
think
going,
so.
right? It's at a hotel. We're leaving about 6:15. I think we're gonna give Candace a ride. I'm not sure. I haven't